Okay, this is how to add the hyperlinks into the text, into your little PowerPoint slides. So what I've done is I've added a button to the front page, and what you'll do is you're going to have cards where there's going to be 2 options, and you'll also have cards where there's 1 option. So when you get to a card where there's 1 option, you will literally just delete this thing and center the other one if you so choose. So the first thing up is I'm going to look at my number 1 card on my index card, and I'm going to see that this thing right here is supposed to link over to number 2. So I'm going to select all the text. I'm going to press hyperlink. I'm going to do a place within the document. It'll probably look like this first. You're going to press place within the document. I'm going to have it go to slide 2, and I'm going to say OK. Alrighty, if you don't like the colors, there's formats that you can do when you're doing a hyperlink, and I'll go back and I'll show you that in a second. But the formatting for the hyperlinks is auto according to which version of these you picked. Okay, so then when I go here, when I look at my personal, I'm now in slide, whoopsie, it just says 1, it's actually slide 2. When I look at my index card that says slide 2, there are 2 options. One is to stand firm. So I'm going to go ahead and write that one. Stand firm that Hermia only has 3 options. Click here, and then I'm going to have this one to scold Demetrius for his inability to be faithful. Click here. So I'm going to go ahead and create those 2 buttons. This one I know from my card that I've already pre-done. This one I want to go ahead and make it be hyperlinked over into slide 3, and I say OK. And this one gets hyperlinked into slide 9, and I say OK. And I know this because I've already done the pre-writing for it. Okay. I go down to here. I've got this one is going to go over to slide 4, and this one is supposed to be over to slide 10, and I say OK. All right, so I end up having these all the way done, and I do them all, etc., etc., etc. By the time I get to my last one, oh, I'm sorry, let me do this very next one because that'll show you that. Let's say you have a slide that there's only 1 option. You just can delete one of the buttons. So I'm going to delete this one and move this one kind of over more towards the center, and I'm going to go ahead and just give just that button the hyperlink to that next slide. So this is my slide 4. So that means I need to pick my 5. I'm going to say OK to that one. So that's how you could do it as a single button. And you could change that formatting and make that look how you want to look, but that just kind of gives you an idea. When you get to your very final slide, like let's say that this slide ends in a theme. I write down theme, and then I write down whatever the theme was that I learned in this thread. So in this thread, it was a wise ruler knows when to contradict an irate father. Okay. I'm actually going to keep a button. So I'm going to delete this button, and I'm going to bring this guy over, and I'm going to say to play again. Okay. When you do the play agains, you can, I'm going to center it too because then that looks a little bit more, a little prettier. What you're going to do, the play agains, is anytime you come to a dead end, right? Like any of the time we're getting these themes, we're at dead end. You're going to go ahead and select the text. You're going to go ahead and insert a hyperlink, and you're actually going to insert it back to, either you can do slide 1, which gets us to the title, but it actually might make more sense to go to slide 2. Say OK. Alrighty. So what's going to happen is, as you're doing your slideshow, let's just go ahead and slide it from the beginning. I'm clicking here, it's getting me to slide 2. I click here, it should get me to slide 3. And it does. I click here, and on my slide 3, I believe that should get me to 10. Ooh, and it does. So as I'm going through and I'm doing these various things, it's going to go ahead and hyperlink me to whichever slide I said it would do. So here we have slide 8. To play again, click here, and this starts me off at the very beginning. Obviously, I'm kind of, not showing you all the text parts, but that should get you a pretty good idea of what it should look like. Okay, so let's just talk real quickly about design and our what's that called? The color, I guess we could say, of the hyperlinks. So one of the things that you can do is actually change the defaults on the view. Okay, so what you'll want to do is you'll want to go over to design, and you want to go to colors, and you actually want to go ahead and create the new theme colors. And you can see there's lots of different things you could actually do to make it where if you wanted to more personalize it, but I like these colors. They're pretty, except they're just not showing up well here. So if I go create new colors, here's the hyperlink before I click it. I want to go ahead and actually have that hyperlink be white. And then if I want to, I can either make it where it changes after I click it, but I don't really think there's any reason to have it change on mine, so I'm going to have it be white no matter what. So that button is always white regardless of what you've done. I guess what you could do is you could have it change color. That way when someone goes back and does it, they could pick another option, but you certainly don't have to. You press save, and there you have it. So when you go back and you look at your slideshow, it will not show up a different color.